So one step that I found particularly frustrating for me was when I first started inletting the butt plate. I noticed that this bottom portion was much thinner than the actual butt plate. So I ended up having to take some material off of the butt plate to get it to at least match before I can start sanding and anything like that. And then it was the same thing with uh, when I did the toe plate. It didn't, I made a mistake. And what I did was I laid this on there, but I didn't measure. I cut on the wrong side of the line up here in the where the toe plate and the butt plate meet, and that causes a little gap. I don't know if you can see that gap there, and it caused that gap. So I don't know if I don't think I can blend that in anymore. Unless I move this up. So I think what I did is when I marked it and when I cut that end, I cut on this side of the line versus the outside of the line, and that was simply trying to rush, get this thing done, and that is all on me. That's just a attention to detail issue. But as far as everything else is concerned, it was labor intensive. And the attention to detail needs to be there. Shaping was fine. I didn't have any issues shaping. I was hesitant about the tenons and drilling and marking and measuring and all that, but they turned out pretty good. I do need to smooth right here just a little bit more, because I used a hand planer to bring this front end down. But I'm gonna have to come in here and kind of make this flow a little bit better. Right there, I can feel where I was starting with the hand planer. Drilling the holes was pretty simple in the stock for the screws. I did notice that the removing of the components time and time again, it does tend to wear out the holes. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do to kind of fill those in. I may do wood glue with sawdust, and just kind of push it in there a little bit and then run the screw in. Because I want that nice secure fitment. I did clean up on the tang, but overall, this was an awesome learning experience. I'm thinking about buying another kit, and I can run another muzzle loader. It'll be a different model probably, but I'm thinking about doing that. Just for the experience. The hands-on is awesome. The troubleshooting is trying to figure out how to make this thing work. And the lab book really helped, going step by step and following along with that. I'm excited to get this thing finished up for an FTT210, and see how it turns out. There's been a lot of good ideas within this course on the discussion boards. about how to make it your own. You know, there's resin inlays, there's brass inlays, there's copper, you know, different materials you can use to inlay these on the wood itself. But the biggest takeaway from this is the attention to detail. Like I said, I made mistakes, but I'm going to use that. I'm going to learn. I think if I were to take this for, you know, longer period of time, I would be able to take it slower and take my time instead of really rushing it. And a lot of rushing it is time management. I do work full time. I do have a family. These last couple of weeks have been really rough due to family emergencies. So I'm doing it as I can. It's a balance. It's a juggling act. It really is. But that goes to show that it can be done. But the problem, not even a problem, is rushing the jobs. Take your time and be precise. With the toe plate, measure once, or measure twice, cut once. Cut on the right side of the line. You know, and maybe I should do, instead of drawing a line on it with a fine tip Sharpie, do a scribe. Just scribe a line. Be that much more precise. But overall, I'm satisfied with it. The experience was awesome, and I do want to do it again. You know, I've built multiple rifles, not wood stock rifles though. I've done AR platforms. So this was something that I've wanted to do for a while, and this program kind of forces me to do that, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm gonna take this this block of wood for this next course. It's the FTT210. It is the checkering lab, but I've got this, and I'm going to try to make a new stock using this for a Marlin 336 gold trigger. And I can use stuff that I've learned in this for that. I'm interested to see how that goes, and we'll go from there. All right, stay safe.